So this is one of my English episodes. So right now I can introduce AGA and she will say something about her. So right now we talked about Bob Proctor Coaching and hypnosis before. So we have, I guess we have a dive into the topic. So AGA, I'm so glad and grateful that you are here into my podcast. It's mostly about training and personal development, but the spiritual and the whole thing behind Bob Proctor maybe and the whole topics. It's the first time, I guess. So I'm very grateful that you're here. And maybe you can say something about yourself. Who are you? What are you doing? And maybe why are you here?
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so glad to be here. I would definitely like to explore a bit more because I've just literally rediscovered you and what you're about. And it's amazing because you in the age of 25 or so. That's amazing what you already established. So thank you for having me. My name is AGA SANDHU. I live in UK, in England, but I'm originally from Poland. I've been living here for 19 years. I'm married. I've got two teenage boys. One is almost 18, one is 14. And I am a personal development and transformation coach and also RTT certified hypnotherapist. And I've launched my business, which is AGA SANDHU Ltd, that I'm going to do lots of different things, but mostly is to do with the mind and helping people overcome being stuck and all the traumas from the past and really help them live to the fullest. And I become also an author. So I've actually today, as we're recording this, I've launched my book that I co-author with another 26 women. And it's about helping another woman with their business, how you can be successful in your business. So it's a everyday women guide to business, to success in the business.
Wow, this is amazing. Is it your first book?
Yes. So I've wrote my own book, which I'm gonna release by April. But today I'm doing that one, the one I wrote with another woman. So it's my first. Yeah, that was my dream since I was a little girl. So dreams do come
Look
true.
at you. Yeah, I see you're very proud. I want to read it, so I will read it. I'm very excited.
It's actually today. You've got a link you can get on Kindle. So it's a digital one for very small amount, so you can get that.
Very cool. So it's one of my dreams too, to write a book. So I guess if you hold it in your hands, then it's like, if you see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand.
Absolutely,
right now.
yes. Yes, I remember when my coach from Bob Proctor Coaching, she asked me, what was that, in 2020? So in April 2020, she asked me, what do I want? And I'm like, well, I want to write a book. And she said to me, so how many pages did you write? And I'm like, 0. That was a big one. That was an eye-opener for me. So yeah, I've realized that we've got those dreams, but we need to do the actions too.
I guess it's clear now. Yes.
Yeah.
Amazing. So I guess it was 2 or 3 weeks ago, I was into one of your RTT sessions with literally no experience and knowledge about hypnosis. So just one of my daily struggles I came to you with, and because all people said, AGA, it's amazing, she's amazing, she does amazing things, try it out. So I did, and I really think it's amazing. So I was totally without expectations, and but maybe we can start with hypnosis. So what does this kind of, I don't know, is it a therapy or a tool to the human mind? So maybe you can explain it for beginners like me.
Yeah, so hypnosis is, I would say, more like a tool
Yeah.
because you've got the hypnotherapy or RTT, which uses hypnosis, right, to help you get into this like trance-like state when I say that like you put your conscious mind, that critical mind, on like a sleep mode, and you really focus on your subconscious mind. So hypnosis help you to get to this like trance-like state. It's like you will be watching a movie and you're so absorbed with the movie and you don't notice what is around you, right? That's the state. So you're still in full control. No one can make you do things that you want to do, but you're very suggestible in the state. And that is very good. This is very important because as you connected to this subconscious mind, you can access those beliefs that was formed many years ago. And so allowing subconscious mind to become more receptive to suggestions. So we're able to go into the beliefs, remove those beliefs, and install new beliefs that would be more useful for you to help you move forward with whatever you want to move forward for.
Maybe you can give one example for maybe beliefs that are holding you back and maybe beliefs that you are not aware of.
Okay, so let's say you came to me with confidence, okay? And that is a big one. You know, we always want to be more confident. So when you come with the confidence and you go into subconscious mind, it could be so many different things, but I've noticed the majority is not feeling worthy or feeling unlovable. And that could be connected to something will happen in your very early stage of your life and how you interpret and what feeling that you attach to that situation. Because there could be that there's another siblings in your household and you all experience exactly same trauma, for example, but you all responded totally differently to that. And you can have a brother who is very confident and didn't affect him, but you, because of that, you ended up eventually with lack of your confidence because of the feeling, maybe unworthiness or not being loved or feel like you're invisible or no one cares for you, like you're just an object.
Yeah, and I think it's really interesting because as a child you have a different perception of situations which are right now maybe not that have not that huge impact on the whole life, but as a child it's determining your whole life then.
Absolutely. And I didn't have that awareness. You just believe that you a certain way. Like my parents were saying, you was born like that, or you was always like this, or you like your uncle, or you like your grandpa. So you just have this belief that you can't change. This is who you are, and you can't change. And that is not true. You can so change a lot. You've got your personality, of course, there's a certain personality, but your behaviors and your beliefs and your attitude, absolutely, you can change that.
Yeah, this is what makes for me the biggest change of mind. So it's so cool to design your own self and to disconnect from the belief that you are this way or that way, or you will always stay like this because it was always like that. And I guess this is the most important thing what the people should know and learn, that they actually can change everything. So you are into personal development for several years. So when and why did you start it?
So there was a bit of a on and off past over 10 years. There was like when things wasn't going right, I would be looking for an answer. So I will read a book, or I will be recommended by someone else, and then I will drop and go back to my own ways. And then again, something will happen, and then I will try again, because obviously I wasn't happy where I was. I wasn't doing things I wanted to do. But really, I become very serious student. There was a bit of a beginning 2019, the end of 2019. I've made decision I need to change. Something need to change. I don't want to stay in a job I was. My relationship wasn't good. My health wasn't great. I couldn't support my kids with their personal development, and I went on search. And so really, when lockdown struck, that was the moment for me when pushed me to really make decision and become a serious student. Because I've noticed with all what was happening around, I was absorbing that because I was working for National Health Service, and I couldn't get away with statistics. I couldn't get away with what was happening, and it was really affecting me in a big way. And I could see that I'm going straight down the road to depression and anxiety. And I was the couple of years before, and I was like, I don't want to put my family through this again. So that's when I become a serious student with Bob Proctor. And that's what changed, because when I heard his video, and that's what I started, I went on YouTube and I went on a huge search for answers. And I remember I've watched his video in November 2019, and he said, you can think. This is huge. And it just is still in my mind. Like, we never think about this ability we've got, that we can actually think and we can choose what we think about, and that leads to our feelings, behaviors, and then actions. So basically my results all to do with how I think. So that really made me think. So I decided, okay, I need to study this in depth. And that's where I become Bob Proctor students. And everything starts changing there.
Yeah, it's so amazing. So it's not 2 years. And I guess you changed a lot. And it's so amazing what you can achieve in so small time.
Yes,
it's so amazing. And yeah, if you're looking for answers, like you in YouTube, you will find, and then the magic happens.
Yes, you need to, well, I think you need to be ready and you need to be open, because answers are around you. So to every question, there is an answer.
Yes.
But you need to be ready to hear the answer. And the answer really is inside us.
Yes.
And we can find it in outside sources, but truly it's just to point us right back to us to get clarity.
Yes. So what kind of things changed for you since you become a student of Bob, and like your really deep dive into personal development? What things changed?
Goodness, everything changed. Especially, I'm gonna start with, I wouldn't be talking to you today. I did not have confidence, and I had stage fright. Speaking publicly, I will find any excuse not to do it. I would just really just hide under the ground. You wouldn't be able to find me. So I definitely wouldn't be able to do that. My health improved. I released lots of weight. That was something that it was piling up because obviously my problem with my health. Relationship with my husband, with my children, and people around me. I suddenly got promoted, like after 2 months being in a coaching, and I studied before Bob's different programs, but then as soon as I got with the coaching, within 4 months, I was promoted twice in my job. Then I got job for PGI. I was working there for a few months. I launched my business. I become a model, and my self-image was horrendous. Like I didn't like myself in the mirror, and then I become a model. I like myself, I have to say. I launched my business, I published book, I wrote a book, and I become hypnotherapist. And that was something, I think that one is probably the closest to my heart, because since I was little girl, I really wanted to help other people. And I didn't know how. I didn't believe I could, because I was like, how can I help other people if I need help? Like, right, I was in the right place. And that gives me ability to really help people to be in a place that they want to be. So I think this is one of my biggest achievements, I would say.
Yeah, it's like a fairy tale if you listening. But yeah, it comes back to changing your thoughts. And I guess it's so simple, but you can do so huge things with that awareness. But to turn the back, where do you would stand without that awareness about your thoughts and the kind of thoughts you choose?
So when I was diagnosed with severe depression and anxiety a few years ago, that was kind of first time when I had a cognitive behavior therapy. And that was like a little bit snippets of that. Basically is all to do with the thoughts. And I got introduced to mindfulness, and that kind of I couldn't understand at the time. But then when I dig deep, and it wasn't easy for me to change, because my self-image was so negative. To start thinking and be kind to yourself, it was challenging, I have to say, because I've realized every thought was very negative. I can't do this, I can't do this, you know, I'm not good with that. It was all very negative. So for me to gain this deep awareness of thoughts, that they literally create everything, it changed absolutely, like you see, everything in my life. And I teach my kids now about the awareness, self-awareness, because that give you opportunity to really get to know yourself on such a deep level that you never could without that awareness.
Yes, I guess this is so interesting to get this knowledge into childhood, because what you achieved in maybe not 2 years or 1.5 years, what is possible for children if they have this awareness for the whole life. So it's so amazing, and I'm very excited to hear what your kids are doing.
Yeah, it was big thing, because I remember when I had this conversation with Cliona Hora, she was my coach, and the first thing what hit me, I was like, oh my goodness, what I've done to my children. Because obviously if I've got this way of thinking, those paradigms, my kids got it already. They've already got, you know, I transformed that on them. So that was a big push for me to really keep going and keep studying and be really committed to that, because I knew if I change, if I got this awareness, this understanding, that's what I'm gonna apply. And it's never too late. You know, they're teenagers, and I can see huge changes already. So that for me is just amazing. And I could see how much damage I've done with the paradigms. Because when I said to my kids, when I started studying, I said to my 14-year-old boy, you know, Mom gonna write book, and I'm gonna have my own business. And I was like, you know, it's happened already. And he thought I lost my mind. Like, he looked at me thinking, Mom, you're dreaming. That's never gonna happen. Like, he thought I'm losing.
Yes.
But now when things happen, he's like, wow, I think she was right. I think she's doing something, and it's working. So I can see they watching us. Even when we think they don't, they always, always watch us.
They can give you the most honest feedback, what you are actually telling them.
Yes.
This is Yeah, really. And I like that you told that since you had the awareness to change yourself, that your relationship changed. So I know this, if you change if you want to change something outside of yourself, you have to change something inside of yourself. And I guess this is the biggest gap where people
Yes,
stuck.
that's the mistake I used to make. I was like, everyone was the problem. Like I was the victim from the childhood, you know, because
Yeah.
this happened and because, you know, this happened. So it was always someone else. And the day I took responsibility for myself and I thought, okay, I can't change someone else, but I can change me. And the day I start changing myself, that affects everyone around you in a very positive way.
Yeah. So you are combining a special kind of hypnosis into your personal development coaching, I guess. So why do you combine these tools? And maybe you can give a short introduction to RTT.
Yes, so I've been certified a rapid transformation therapist, like hypnotherapy. So this is rapid transformation therapy.
This is very
And
difficult to say.
Yes. So RTT for short. Thank God they introduced the short way, which is RTT. And RTT is a new reversional therapy, which was introduced by Marisa Peer. And Marisa Peer, she developed this over 30 years of her experience. So she basically combined whatever she've learned with her clients and her experience. So basically we using hypnosis as one of the tools. So you've got hypnosis, we've got cognitive behavior therapy, you've got linguistic therapy and psychology. All of this, they've got specific tools that I can use for all your personal needs. So I've got a box full of tools that I can use, but they all specific to your needs, and that is quite powerful because you just don't come to the to session and we just doing for everyone same thing. It's very much on individual basis, and what that helps, it helps go right into your limited beliefs, help you understand what is the limited beliefs, and empowering client to take in charge. So I always say you become this detective. You are an observer. So you very much involved in your own healing. I'm like a guide. I'm help you. I'm put you in the right direction. But it's so empowering for the client that they actually are involved in their self-healing. And that is one of the most powerful in the whole.
Yes, and I guess it takes so much into the center that you can find all the answers within yourself, and with your help.
Yeah.
This is really amazing which kind of beliefs you have, and maybe especially for my experience, it was not that what I expected. So sometimes you think you have this problem, but it actually is not the problem you have. And it's really interesting to get more knowledge about yourself. So I guess this is a very powerful tool.
Yeah, especially that you've got this understanding that you reacting as a adult with a thinking of a very young child. And that's also changes because you've changed already, but your beliefs still are stuck. So I always say we go in and we look with your inner child or subconscious mind. This is part of your brain, of your mind that is stuck and still got those beliefs. So we going in with RTT and basically find that very root, the cause, the place when the beliefs is stuck, And that's where we're working with. And as you know, 95% of all our beliefs and reactions are like from control with our subconscious mind, because we're like on autopilot, right? We are hypnotized during the day and doing things on an autopilot. So RTT helps you basically correct those limited beliefs, change them, so you can really have very successful life, do things that you want to do and don't feel stuck.
Yeah. What things you changed by yourself with this kind of method?
So see, I've actually got introduced with RTT, and I started an RTT mostly for myself. And I thought, if I can help myself, maybe I can help my children. I didn't believe at this point that I could help other people. Like, I didn't have a self-belief at the time. But when I actually become a client also as a student, it helped me with my anxiety, because I improved my anxiety, but it was like this. I was going up, I was fine, you know, my things was happening. And as soon as there was something that I had to push myself a little bit more, it was right down. And I was avoiding everything. I couldn't go through the barrier. So I always gone down. And then I pick myself up, go up, and then again. And that's what was happening. So when I have an RTT, that removed. So it helped me with anxiety, with confidence. Then I was able to also shred some more pounds with my, I had some issues with my problems with IBS. It's all basically with the feelings and emotions. And confidence was huge. So when I had my confidence, and wasn't that long time ago. So confidence, I think I had in July. And since I had that, everything changed. Like, I feel like I'm unstoppable. So I really on personal experience, it was really great to experience as a client.
Do you work together with Marissa, or is it another coach you work together with?
So there was a coach and Marissa. So we had master classes, Marissa, and there's lots of material which Marissa prepared for us. She also does a live, which is 5 days, which I'm gonna be attending as soon as it's available, because at the moment, I think because of what's happening, is put on hold. But as soon as I'm able to, I'm gonna meet Marissa and have the 5-day extra training. But it will be great experience. I can't wait.
Yeah, for everybody who doesn't know Marissa Peer, you have to watch YouTube. So I guess as I first watched in one of the tribe calls, the video of her, I was so, who is she? So it was so different, but so amazing at the same moment. And she's so good in choosing words. So it's so good to listen to her, and she finds the right words for explaining problems. So with this familiar and unfamiliar thing, I think it is really interesting and really, really helpful, because I try to avoid to say, this is hard for me, this is difficult for me, and I say it's unfamiliar. I have to learn. I would like to learn this. So it is just one word which changes so many things. So it's really amazing.
Yeah, you can say how good she is. I didn't know Marissa. I just kind of was introduced to her last year, and helped me with some meditation and hypnosis, self-hypnosis I was doing. And yes, that's what struck me, her language, the way she can put things together and change the concept, how you can just change few words, how you say it, and it really transforms how you feel and your relationship with certain things if you just make little bit adjustments. And she's actually working with people in Hollywood and all those celebrities. I remember we had a masterclass first, and she was late because she was called for someone who couldn't remember a script, some really person who I think had an Oscar already. She couldn't tell us the name, but I was quite impressive that, you know, she's actually there and working with people who we admire on TV, and it's amazing. Like we all, and that also helps us to understand that doesn't matter how successful you are, right? We all human, and we all got our issue, our limitation, but the RTT can really help us. And you can see, like with Marisa example, people who are millionaires and successful, they still got obstacles and they still reach out to her with help, which is amazing that we've got this awareness now that we can change and improve. Doesn't matter what stage we are.
Yes, and the awareness that we all have the same, we are all of the same material, we have all the same talents, we can improve and develop, and we're not stuck in that situation which we are right now. So we can develop our material which is in ourselves. So the mind is so amazing. So I wanted to know where the difference is between hypnosis and the RTT which we made. So I could listen to you and I could speak and I can remember the most of the things, I guess. And I know from people that they cannot remember anything from hypnosis. So maybe there's a kind of difference. Maybe you can explain it.
So so it could hypnosis or hypnotherapy. So hypnotherapy in Sage, they're totally they are different kind ones. So the one Marisa uses, the hypnosis, is a hybrid hypnosis, is very rapid one. So basically, we don't spend all day to put you in a state of, you know, even the hypnotic state, because she believes that you just need to go into the alpha state. So using the hypnosis to put you in an alpha state, and is already as a sleep-like, that's where you're very suggestible. It's like when you go to sleep. There are some hypnotherapy who uses different techniques and they're quite lengthy. And I had a client who actually was in hypnotherapy in the session for almost 7 hours. And you know, who got time to be, and that was just the beginning. Like she had few more sessions to go. And with this is 2 hours, is 3 to 5 minutes, you're already in hypnotic state. And you're in full control. So I think that's the biggest conception of people, that they won't be in control, because we don't like to lose our control, right? Because we like using the safety.
Yeah.
So with that, that's why I always say to my clients, you are full control. You can bring yourself out of this hypnosis anytime you want. I can't make you do anything that you don't want to do. Okay, you're only gonna accept suggestions that are valid to you.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I guess this is very powerful that you have the I don't know how to say it, the rudder of your boat, because you know that you have the power to guide everything on your own, and that you don't especially need the whole time someone else to guide you. Yeah. That you always have the own guidance, and that you have the power to change the things you want to change within yourself. And I guess this is really very huge in the whole lifetime when you...
Absolutely, because it's about empowering client. It's not about making you dependable on therapy, because I think that's what happened for many years, that when you're in therapy, people are in therapy for years. And with RTT, you've got transformation within one session. That's where transformation starts. And some people, obviously, everyone is different. Someone transformation is rapid right there. People have got a huge release and transformation, and they've got this huge awareness. Some people happening in stages, so it takes a time. So when they listen to the recording and suddenly after a few days, they've got this understanding and awareness that the transformation took place. And some people, they go in backwards and forwards with that. So sometimes we need more than one session. So it's very much, I think I've noticed it's a lot to do on what stage you are with your personal development, what is your awareness, how much you work with yourself, and obviously what issue did you come with, and did you already had some kind of help with that? So everyone is different, but I had various one, and I have to say that it was quite great results with doesn't matter which state you are, because you've got so many tools that you can alter through the session, and that's amazing about that you never feel stuck. There is always something that we can introduce and use to help the clients to get unstuck and move forward and really get this understanding on a deeper level.
I like the things you said about therapy, because I guess this is a very useful thing, especially when you're ill, mentally ill. But I guess the awareness that you can change the things on your own is not that transparent within every kind of therapy, because okay, things get worse, I need to go to the therapist. Okay, things get worse, I have to go to the therapist. And yes, I think it helps, but the people should know it can help on their own, with guidance as well, or with a coach.
And absolutely, because you get this awareness that there was certain belief that was created, and you actually, when you go within, and you during the hypnosis state, you are in working with subconscious mind, and you can see for yourself, you just observe it, how this happened, what was going through your mind, what was the feeling. And then when you sort out the one issue, for example, through the session, and then you move forward with your journey or whatever stage in your life, and then you've got another thing that keep you stuck, then you already have got this awareness. Okay, that was something I've created in some stage of my life. There was something, there was some kind of feelings, some kind of emotions and thoughts around this. It was my point of view. So if I just change that point of view with the help of specialists, or you can go on a coaching, but I think it's very important that we keep going on this personal development with someone that we feel safe and we trust. So, you need to have this neutral respect and understanding and faith in that person.
And I guess it's that the journey, if you started personal development, it never is finished. You are never finished.
No.
So many people often say, I guess I finished, I'm doing great. So but you are never on that level. So I guess because our potential is so great that we will never come to the limit.
Yeah, so as soon as you come
yes,
closer to potential is moving.
yeah,
So there's no, it's that, but it's amazing. It's like nature, right?
yeah,
It's ever for growth and expansion. And that's amazing that we've got this potential to just expand and grow and go on different journey. And I advise my clients with a coaching or even through RTT, whatever journey you are now, it's like adventure and it's a chapter in your life. So, something in this chapter, it will be very important for you to go to the next level. So it's never like whatever, if it's a good or bad, it's great because it's an experience and that help you. Thanks to my experience, and there was lots of not very good experience, lots of traumas in childhood and with relationship and health and things not going well and financial disasters. All those things help me grow to be the person I am now. And then whatever I'm experiencing now, it helps me to be in a place where I want to go next. So there's never like, oh, I lost those years and it's all for loss and what's the point starting. They're like a tools, like a superpowers, right? That we can take that someone else doesn't have. It's all experience and it's all great. We just need to embrace ourselves and be grateful that we are alive. We're on this journey, and think we've got a gift that we can share with the world. And all those experiences, bad or good, are all important for our journey to be successful.
Yeah, and I guess it's the biggest gift to have the ability to change, because when we change, our surrounding will change. It's some phrase of Bob, I guess. So, but my sister and me, we recognize that we talk this way. We talk Bob sentences.
And it's amazing because when I started, I remember when I've made this decision, and I remember I didn't tell my husband. I lied.
Yeah.
I didn't, I was honest that I've decided I was doing different course with Bob first before I decided coaching. And I've decided I'm going to do it. I'm not going to back up and I'm not going to let my husband change my mind. So I kind of like left the truth out at the time, but then obviously I came clean. And I remember now, almost not like 1.5 years ago, what a conversation me and my husband have got. Before was like, I can't do it. I'm not, this is not possible. We don't have the money, or the government, and all those typical oddly chat. And now we totally different conversation. We're planning our future. My husband thinking, about his things, how he wants to explore the things that he never thought he could do. So it really changed your language, absolutely, because the thoughts producing totally different way of how you operate. And then when you meet, you don't actually want to meet anymore with those people who still got those old beliefs, but it's a way to do it, because sometimes obviously we've got a family and we cannot not spend time with them. We can still do it, but maybe just protect ourselves in our ways, create some kind of bubble around us, so we can still be on our journey, but be around people that are important to us, like our family.
Yeah, I guess the thing you said about conversations, this is so powerful. So I experienced it too with my sister and my boyfriend, and the kind of support you give to your sister or to your boyfriend. This is such a new level, and the kind of support you feel or experience because they believe in you and they telling you not the things all people around you would say, so they tell you other things which can lift you up. But I guess it's very very magical if you have the persons around yourself who thinks the way, and that you can distance yourself from the habitual way of thinking. And you can reject those informations, especially maybe in the familiar surrounding. If you're, sometimes you have to listen to those, to these talks, and you can reject it or let it from the one side to another.
You still want to have a normal life, but you don't want to like distance yourself from everybody, right? Because I don't think I wouldn't want to live that way. I want to be strong enough in my mind and be pause of who I am, and that's where this personal growth comes in, and understanding yourself on deeper level, that even when you see these people, you understand them, you don't judge them, because you recognize that you was on this stage, probably on some stage in your life, and then you don't, because they don't have the understanding you've got now. So that really help you to have totally different conversation with them, but in a way that it doesn't affect you, and maybe you can inspire them a little bit, so they don't feel like you are, like you're showing off or giving the impression that you think that you're better, because you don't really want that.
I guess you have to be ready. So if you have those changes inside yourself, you want to get the people to have this experience too, but this is kind of pushy, I guess. I recognize.
I think you can do it through your actions. So action always speak more than your words. So I've learned, because I wanted to rush into it, and then I've decided, okay, I just work on myself and I let my actions speak. So my transformation and what I achieve will send a message. Or what she's doing, or what she's talking about, what she's studying, it works, because you can see in the results. So I just focused on that. But first I just wanted to go and tell the whole world, because you just feel like everyone needs to know this, because it's so simple, but not easy to implement. But where repetition is a key. Through the repetition you really like, and as long you keep going, everyone is totally different. Some people takes 3 months, some people 6 months, some people a year, 2 years. Everyone is totally different. But as long you keep going and don't stop, you will get to the place where you need to be, to really be resilient and have this awareness, the inner understanding, and the power to do whatever you want to do in your life.
Oh, this is quotable.
I don't remember what I said, so I need a recording.
Do you have one special story from one of your clients which you would like to share, to maybe empower people to, that they can do it on their own?
Story from RCT or coaching, or
maybe which comes to your mind.
Let me have a look. I've got lots of amazing stories. Well, I had one person, and she was amazing, because she came to me because she had a money block. That's what it was. And she just said, I can't, my business is going down. I can't make money. Nothing is working. I just don't know anymore what to do. So we actually went in, we've done an RCT. And during the session, she had such an amazing transformation, realizing that it's all to do with the self-worth and feeling not lovable. Again, this is huge. It's always not feeling good enough, not feeling lovable, and feeling unworthy. And when we go to the specific events in her life, and it was down to when she was, I think, 3 years old. And the understanding of what happened changed everything for her. And I could feel the transformation during the session. And after the session, next morning, she called me and she said, you won't believe it. I've literally just had a client, and she had like big, it was a big amount contract. And she said, I couldn't get clients for weeks or even months. She had just a little bit. And since then, she's on fire. It was incredible. So I said, you know, some people say it could be coincidental, but she said, I am absolutely 100% sure it's to do with unblocking something that was blocking me during the session. And now she is doing so well. She's so successful. She's so happy about herself, relationship with her children, just living daily life. So it wasn't just about the money. The one thing that she came, it changed so many areas of her life. So personal love, relationship with her children, and how she view herself every day. So that was huge for me. That made me realize that if you come with one issue and then you maybe pinpoint lots of areas of concern, that we will work on one area, but so many things from those areas is joined. So you removing much more than just that one issue.
Yeah.
So that was quite powerful for me. And never underestimate any event with the client who it doesn't look like it's relevant, because sometimes people are like, what is to do with that? But when you go deep enough, you will get the answers, and it's very empowering.
Yes. Yeah, I love to listen to those stories because it's so empowering. Every story you listen to, if someone could change things about themselves, I guess I could listen to those things the whole day.
Yeah, me too. It's amazing how human mind work and how complex we are.
Yeah,
we are absolute a miracle. In how the whole structure of just mind, not even mentioning body, but our mind is just incredible. And more I learn, because I just learn every time in a session. You've learned so much with the clients, and I absolutely love it.
Yeah, I just thought about the mind is so plastic to which input you give it to it in childhood especially, but right now too, and in 2 years and so much you can change everything, and it's amazing. So at the end, I would like you to give 3 tips to have a happier life, which you would give everyone. So no matter if they are in personal development or not, or at the stage they are in life. So maybe those 3 useful tips from yourself to get happier with their own life and with themselves.
So I've got my 3, I call them 3 L's.
Yeah.
So love unconditionally, laugh a lot, and let go completely. And I can briefly just say, so love unconditionally. So we are all connected. We are richly all the same. So loving unconditionally, it doesn't leave the place for judging, you know, when you become a judge, jury, and jailer. You really focus on yourself and let the person, understanding the person from the totally different, lovable way. So just love unconditionally yourself and people around you. Laugh a lot. Just becoming a childlike in some places, and really allow yourself to be joyful in your day-to-day life. It puts you in a very high vibrations, and that's make you much happier. And that's when things happening, when you're actually in a higher vibration. So then you attract those things to your life. You don't block them. And letting go completely is you focus on what do you want, and you make the decision what you want. You focus on it. You carry on with your actions, but you trust the universe, and you leave the how to the universe, because it's almost never what you expect things gonna be. So that's why I said just let go. make decision what you want, focus on it, but just let go, do your bits, and let the universe do the rest. Just surrender to the higher power, and that's where the magic begins.
Yeah.
So love unconditionally, laugh a lot, and let go. That would be my 3 advices.
Beautiful. I love it. This is a nice to remember and easy to remember. The 3 L's.
Yes.
Amazing. So Aga, if someone is interested in your sessions, where can we find you? Can one contact you? And I will place your website in the subscriptions, but maybe you can tell where can we find you.
So you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, or on agasandhu.com. You can also complete a form and I will get back to you on that one.
Easy.
So yeah, very easy.
It has to be easy.
I'm very approachable.
Non-resistance.
Yeah, you can schedule with me a free discovery call, and you've got any questions and you want to discuss your issue, you're more than welcome. And if there's something that you want to proceed, absolutely perfect. If not, it's also good. It would be nice to meet you.
I guess this is really good to know that you don't have to have a specific problem or thing that you are very low in life or some kind of this. So I guess this is really nice to experience yourself and to get to know yourself a bit more. So this is what we all want to do. I guess we all want to understand ourselves, no matter if we are happy right now or sad. So I would really recommend it. And if you want to know, you can ask me too about my experience. So Aga, this was amazing. I guess I could talk to you some hours more. Maybe we will do. We will do another day. And thank you so much for being here on my podcast. And if you have something you would like to say at the end, so feel free to do right now.
Well, I'm just feeling very grateful to have this opportunity to have a chat with you. You're absolutely amazing, and I'm feeling blessed to have you in my life. Have you on my virtual couch and as a friend. You are absolutely superstar, and I just want to say to all who's watching that you're doing something absolutely amazing, and I'm gonna watch out for you.
Oh, thank you so much.
Amazing. Thank you.
I will stop right now.